So Stephanie, we've had a lot of discussion here about the value chains and different dimensions of value chains, and you've done a lot of work on kind of the social upgrading dimension of this whole process. So what's the main kind of takeaway that you would kind of bring forward in terms of what we learned from the recent research in this area?
Yeah, I think for me the most important issue is to understand better how the commercial dynamics of global value chains and the social dynamics in terms of workers and small producers and farmers, how those two interact, and how making improvements in terms of economic upgrading of the bigger suppliers can have important social impacts as well, but don't necessarily. So the issue is then how you marry the two, bring the two together so that economic upgrading leads to improvements in the lives of workers and small producers and farmers. But I do think in terms of the shifts that we're seeing taking place now, that some of the more progressive companies are really beginning to be concerned about the social resilience of their supply chains. And in becoming concerned with that, are increasingly concerned about making improvements in the lives of those that produce the goods that they buy at the end of the chain, and to make sure that they get the benefits as well, so that they can have a more resilient supply chain in the future.
I was very struck with the gender dimensions and the gender angle in terms of what's coming out in terms of what is happening. Maybe you want to say a little bit about that side?
Yes, no, I think in terms of the lives of women, global value chains have made a big shift in terms of opening up new opportunities for wage work. Millions of women workers in developing countries are now in paid employment, which they were unable to access previously. And also increasingly, even for farmers and smallholder producers, are often women entrepreneurs or female farmers, even though they're often not recognised. So I think value chains have definitely opened up to some great opportunities for women to be engaged commercially in ways they weren't previously able to be. But at the same time, there are many challenges and constraints that face them. And the issue then is, how can you empower those women as workers, as producers, as farmers, so that they can get more of the benefits, both economically and socially. And it's so well known that if you improve the lives of women and improve their incomes, then they're more likely to invest in their own children's future development. And so there is an intergenerational benefit that we haven't seen yet, but I think in the long run could have positive effects.
So in terms of, as you know, this is part of an executive training seminar that we run as part of the Academy on global governance. So what is your take on kind of the value of these types of training endeavors in terms of lifelong learning, career, professional development?
No, I think it's really important, because what this executive training seminar has brought together are different expertise from different aspects of the value chain, and really help to engage at a sort of macro trade level, at a meso level in relation to the firms, and then at the more kind of micro level in relation to what's happening for workers, producers, the social dimension, but also to bring together economists, trade specialists, social scientists, because these value chains global value chains are such a big issue. No one researcher or policymaker is going to understand on their own how the whole complexity works. Bring all these different minds together, and then we can get much better insights and be able to see them as a serious way forward in terms of future development.
Yeah, great. Thanks a lot.
Okay.